guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time. It's been like 2 weeks since I sat down here and filmed. Towards the end, I was really getting an itch. I'm just like, I have to sit down and film because I need to talk to you guys. I have so much to tell you. These 2 weeks literally have been so life-changing in so many ways. There's so many updates I need to give you, just like generally fun information and just like how these 2 weeks panned out, okay? So I don't know when this video is going up because my laptop has crashed. There's something wrong with the hardware. It's gone for repair. So I'm without a laptop since like 4 days now. My vlogging camera, the screen just like fell off. It literally fell off. It's like, okay, I'm done now. So that's gone for repair as well. So I literally have nothing. I have no like gadgets apart from my main camera right here, but I'm so excited to be filming. Basically in today's video, I'm just going to give you a life update. I'm going to glam up because I haven't done a full face glam in a long time. So I thought I'd do like the contour and everything, and I have a bunch of new stuff to try out. I got PR from Colourpop. I get PR from Colourpop, which is super exciting, and they have this like new collection that they sent me. I don't know how long back it is, but I'm gonna try that, some new Clinique makeup and just new brushes. All right, so let's quickly begin, my loves. I'm going to hydrate my face even further. I do have moisturizer, but I'm gonna go ahead and put some more. Okay, so I'm taking the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base to hydrate my skin. Okay, so where should I begin? I went for a mini vacation of 7 days, I guess, to the north. So I went and visited Mussoorie. I visited Kanatal or Kanatal, I don't know how it's pronounced, and Rishikesh. Alright, so for my peeps in India, these are the places I visited, and I had a lot of fun. I feel like it was an experience like I've never had before, because I rarely do visit these places. It's usually just Goa. We just go to Goa all the time, but I thought our friends thought it would be great exploring the north, and I feel like it was a very different experience, a good one. Very unusual, seeing a lot of different people, the culture, the rules. There was like mostly alcohol or meat allowed in Rishikesh, which it's like a holy place, right? It was a change because that felt nice. And we stayed for 3 days in Mussoorie, 2 days in Kanatal, and 2 days in Rishikesh. Now, I do have a vlog, if you're wondering. Of course, I vlogged it for you. But like I said, my laptop's not with me, but you will see the entire travel vlog. I took like mini snippets here and there just to like update you on the travel, and it was pretty great. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a pore filling primer. I'm going to use the Benefit Professional. So ever since I got back from the trip, I haven't been able to go for like a facial or anything. The weather was so cold in the nights in Mussoorie, you guys. Like our hands and feet were like frozen, like jam gaye the, and we wore so many layers and it was freezing, okay, freezing. Then in the daytime, it was like a little warmish, so my skin literally went for a toss, and then I came back to the Bombay heat, so it's completely like sort of like giving me a little bit of bumps, broken me out. So I'm just going to use one more skincare product before we move on. I'm taking the Versali Liquid Glass. Cannot do without this. I'm going to put this all over my skin. Alright, so for all of you following me on Instagram, you generally know that I always talk about wanting to own a pet, right? I have been on about it for so long now, like just contemplating the idea of owning a pet. Okay, so I don't know what it's like to have a pet. So my mom has had pets, like she's had dogs all her life. They also died a miserable death. So everyone's had like animals, and I haven't. Okay, and I'm like, it's time for me to experience these emotions of taking care of like a pet and like feeding it and walking it or whatever it takes. I know it's like an extra responsibility and it's so difficult, especially because I've never done it. So I'm assuming it's really difficult, and all the pet owners I've spoken to, like my friends and everyone, they say it's the greatest feeling ever, which I agree. I think it's going to be the greatest feeling ever. But they do say that it is something you'll have to commit to, Mars. It's not easy. It's something that you really have to just go with and just be with the pet at all times. If it's a dog, you'll have to walk it, you'll have to feed it, and just know that it is an additional responsibility because it's a life. At the end of it, it does get difficult to live your own life, because especially when you're living alone and stuff, it gets really tough. So I did my research, I asked around. While they say it's the best feeling ever, they also say it comes with a lot of baggage, like everything in life. Just before I finish my story, I'm taking the Clinique Even Better Makeup SPF 15 Even and Corrects in Butterscotch. I don't know what this is. I just got it. It might be a foundation. Oh, that's gonna be too dark for me. 3, 4 shades of dark. Yeah, it's quite dark. Okay. So I'm sticking to my Smashbox Studio Skin 15 Hour Wear foundation, and this is in 2.22. Okay, coming back to the story. During this Masuri trip, okay, I just saw Larissa's cat. Now, you guys know who Larissa is. If you don't, she's a travel and lifestyle blogger. And I saw her new cat that she just got, okay. It's a Bengal cat, and it is the most beautiful looking cat I have ever seen. It's got this nice leopard print, I want to say. It's got this unique print, okay, which I've not seen a cat have that size. So I was really intrigued, and I texted her and I'm like, hey, listen, like, where did you get your cat? He's so sweet and so beautiful. And I went all like gaga because I was obsessed. And she just gave me like information on where she got her pet, and like she already has the dog, right? So she just filled me in on how she got this cat and how she was ready for one, and etc etc. She's a pet girl, right? So I was like, man, this is so cool. And I was just like obsessively looking at her cat stories and everything. And she's like, this is where I got it from, in case you just want to check it out. And I'm like, no, I'm not ready to own a pet or like a cat or anything. And by the way, guys, I'm a cat lady. I feel like I'm a cat lady. I was like, yeah, fine, it's cool. I just like followed the guy's page, and I was like looking at these beautifully cute little kittens that he had on his page, okay? This is all during the trip, huh? Like when we're traveling, it's a long travel. Now, when you get out from the airport, it's like a bus ride away and all. So I started looking at all these cat pictures on his page, and I was liking all of them nicely without any like intention, okay? I liked all of that, and I'm like, cool. And I moved on with my life. Then this guy is coming and he's DMing me, okay? He's like, do you want one? And I'm like, no, I'm just like checking it out. They're really cute, and I really think you're doing a great job by taking care of these. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so I didn't have any conversation after that. Okay, so these are 3 new concealers by Clinique. I think they're new. I'm so out of the game. I don't even know what's new and launched yet. This is the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer Plus Eraser. So I have the shade Neutral, Golden Neutral, and Oat. But I think I'm gonna go in with Oat. I'm then going to take the color Neutral and just brighten a little bit underneath, because this doesn't seem to have much coverage. I think it's one of those everyday, makeup. Clinique is like that. Okay, so the concealer is really light coverage. So I'm going to like top it off with the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer in Amber. Okay, so then some hours had passed, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to check his page a little more. There's such cute Persian cats. Like when I tell you, like, beautiful Snow White Persian cats, okay? And my heart was like, girl, she's so pretty. And I was losing it, okay? My cat mom inside me just like woke up, and I was like, oh my god. I had this intense need to just get one on the whim, like a spontaneous decision, because I would never get the cat, okay? Because I knew that Akhil never wanted a pet, and like I was also not ready, to be honest. I'm not ready. Okay, so cutting a long story short, I was just like, oh my god, that is so pigmented. What the hell? Okay, so I was just fooling around with Akhil, and I'm like, okay, Akhil, look at this cat. It's so cute. And I told him all about Larissa's cat, and I'm like, isn't this so adorable? He's like, Mal, we can't have pets, la la la. I'm like, yeah, but like, see. And then I showed him that guy's page, and I showed him the Persian cats, and he was like, oh my god, they're really cute. I'm like, isn't it? So I got like really excited that Akhil found them super cute, and he's had a dog in his life, never a cat. So he's not a cat person anyway. Or that's what I know of. And then he's like, Masti Mein, he's like, Maz, if you want to get one, get a grey one, not a white one. White is like too clean. Let's get a grey one. Like, he likes the color grey a lot. And I'm like, no, not grey. Let's get white, because Persian cats are white. And Masti Mein, all of this is ekdam jokes. We know it would like never happen. It's just a story. You know what I did? I just went ahead and I asked the guy, I'm like, you know what, do you have a grey one? Because I see all white on your page. So yeah, anyway, that day passed and we went to bed, and then I woke up the next morning and I see this one picture. I just instantly open Instagram and I see the DM. And when I tell you, the first image I saw was of a cat that was so cute. He sent me a photograph of a gray color cat that he had, okay, a gray and white color cat mix. And when I saw that picture, you know how when you know, like I saw that photo and I'm like, oh my god, this is mine. Like I literally was like, this is my cat. Okay, I don't know why I said that because I was not even taking it, and I was like, oh my god, I have to show Akhil, I have to show Akhil. And then I ran out and I was like, Akhil, you have to see this picture. You just have to see this cat. It's the perfect cat. He's like, what is it? And he saw it and he was like, oh wow, this cat is super cute. So he was like, yeah, this cat is adorable, and it was gray in color. So he's like, oh shit, this is like the perfect gray color cat. And I was like, isn't it? Should we do it? Should we just get a cat? And he's like, yeah, maybe let's consider the pros and cons. And I was like, okay, fine. At least he's on board, like for getting a cat. And over the few days, we just kept contemplating just like the pros and cons. I kept talking to my cat friends and Larissa and asking, what all do you do? What do you feed your cat? What I got to know is that cats are super independent creatures and they don't need to be necessarily taken care of, like taken for walks or like, you know, given attention a lot, because cats are super independent and they don't need to be walked. They're indoor cats. Persian cats are indoor cats, and etc, etc. Okay, and I wanted a low maintenance pet because I have a full-time job. Literally, I'm working from 1 to 8. Okay, so it's a full-time job. I cannot give special attention for a long time. Okay, and Akhil goes to office, so we're literally, however, I'm at home, you know, it's not like I'm not at home. So I considered all of this and I'm like, should we just do it because I'm always around and etc. So I was like, you know, I was just talking to the breeder and I was asking how old is he and etc, etc. So it was a 45-day-old male Persian cat and it was a doll-faced Persian. Okay, that these are like the cutest Persians ever. And I just started getting so attached to it, you guys. When I tell you attached, I was literally asking the guy, how's it doing now, how is it, like, you know, I was asking about how is it, and he used to send me videos and pictures of it, and he was encouraging me to adopt it. He's like, you should adopt it, don't think too much, like, you know, there's super low maintenance, you'll never have to worry about it, etc, etc. And I'm like, oh my god, this is, am I doing this? Like, it's life changing, okay, for me at least. Anyway, I didn't tell my parents or I didn't tell Akhil's either. Like, we just like kept it to ourselves because I didn't know whether this was happening. And cutting a long story short, I'm saying this all the time and telling you the longer version. But I am getting this cat. Okay, and it felt so right, and I'm like, this is the right decision and the right thing to do, but it was really spontaneous. Like, I'll agree with Akhil. He keeps saying that take your time, no one's running away, think about it. I just was really spontaneous and I was feeling all the adrenaline and serotonin, as you say, and I was like, okay, so Akhil and I have designed a life in a way that we would be traveling most our lives, spending a few months in Bombay, but spending the rest out of the country because we want to see and experience different cultures and just like traditions and like be around different cities like Rome, Italy, San Francisco. That's how we want to live our lives together as a couple, right? And it's not fair to keep a pet here when you're traveling all around, right? It's just unfair. And I considered options of how we can take the pet with us to different places and we can get it done, and it's all possible, you know. But I don't know, it was seeming more difficult as in when we were talking about things like this. Who's gonna keep the pet? How much money will it go keeping it at the vet? If we needed to, what about, you know, a cat sitter? And I don't have full-time help. So I was like, it's crazy. I don't know how I'm gonna take care of it, right? Okay, taking a break. I'm gonna take the Colourpop Wild Child palette. This is how it looks. It's all new. Oh, this was the pattern of her cat, of Larissa's cat. Go to her profile and see it. This is the pattern. What are the odds? Is this a sign? So this is such a beautiful collection because it's got like all neutral colors in it. Look at this. All these colors are so neutral in the packaging. Okay, there was this one night when I was just super emotional because Akhil was, you know, making some really good points. You know, when it comes to making these decisions, I think Akhil is really, really great because he doesn't think with all the emotions. He makes really, really logical reasons and valid reasons, and he'll give you pros and cons, and then you can think about it. Me, I'm super emotional. I just go with my gut and my intuition and how I feel. The energy, the vibe, that's what I do. Okay, I don't see the future, la la la, nothing. So Akhil was like, Maz, this. If you want the cat, we can get it. It's a commitment, but we'll figure it out. And I was so worried about Akhil's like allergy issues because I felt like he used to sneeze a lot when he had his pet. So I don't know whether it was the pet or it was the dust. I'm not sure. So I was like, I don't know. Anyway, I cried a lot that night. I remember crying so much that Akhil was like, wow, dude, like you really want this. So why can't you just commit and let's do it? And I was just really scared of a bunch of things. I knew I was making a very spontaneous decision, and I was not thinking about his health. I was not thinking about where to keep the pet and if we travel. I wasn't thinking, I just wanted the cat. So I woke up the next morning and I decided that I'm not gonna keep the cat. Okay, I knew that I wasn't keeping the pet. Like, I was like, no, he's right. Like, I woke up and I just let go of all the emotions for 1 second, and I thought practically. I was like, can I do this? Can I really do this? Let's think about it properly. I spent some time with myself and I was like trying to make a logical reason, like, Miles, you gotta be understanding and let's just do this. What's fair for the pet and for us. Yeah, so then I was like, okay, fine, I think this is not the time. This is not the time and place for us to have a cat. But when I tell you, like, I was convinced I was adopting this cat. I was like, I asked about the details of how he's gonna fly the cat down to me, how I'm gonna take care of it. I was looking up cat foods. Like, I was on it. Before I was here, like, when I landed, the next day the cat was gonna come to me. And I was like, a cat mom. But that whole conversation and just like opened up my eyes to so many things that I was not thinking about, and I was making such a spontaneous rash decision. I came back and I decided that, what, if I want to do this, I need to do this right. I have to get a full-time help. Okay, that's going to help me with all of these, taking care of the cat a little bit when I'm not around at home, etc., etc., just so the pet has someone, right? So that's the decision we made. I named him. I'm not going to tell you the name, but I named him and I was good to go. But it didn't happen. So yeah, I was quite low for a few days, but it's the right decision. It's the right decision. And that's why I need people like Akhil to help me to reason these things out and then take the right decision. So at the Colourpop Super Shock cheek shadows right here, and they look stunning. I'm going to take this one right here. This is in Run Wild. Oh my gosh, girl. So yeah, that is the update on the pet. Now that you guys know what's the deal, you guys can like help me out in the comment section. If you're a pet owner, let me know, how did you make the decision to get a cat or a dog? What was your like pros and con list like, and did that pan out the way you imagined it? And tell me everything brutally. Be very brutally honest. That's what I tell my friends. Don't sugarcoat it and be like they're loving and it's the best feeling. Tell me that they're going to have diarrhea. I'm going to have to clean up that. I'm going to take them to the vet like 10 times in 6 months. I'm going to have to check up on them. Like, tell me all the brutal things I need to know about taking care of a cat especially. Okay, because I think I would definitely mostly inclined to get a cat because they're so independent. So that happened. I'm not a cat mom yet. Can I just take a moment to tell you, these shadows blend beautifully. I completely forgot to show you the Rufa Beauty brush set. I just got this and I was very excited to use it, but I got carried away with my story. It's some amazing brushes, man. Like, wow. Okay, so the next update, which I think you guys already know, is about my name change. All of you follow me on Instagram know that I changed my name officially after marriage. I did it now because I was very positive that I was not changing my name and keeping it Sitlani itself. But due to personal reasons that I shall not mention, I really just like wanted to change my name. And it was a decision I took after like thinking about it a lot. Okay, it was not like something spontaneous. It was not like I was being forced to. No. Like I had full freedom. It was my choice, and I was just like taking my sweet time. When I don't feel right in my gut, I don't do anything. It needs to feel right in my heart. That's when I will even consider doing anything. Okay, so I considered being like Malvika Panjwani, but I don't know, I was not feeling it. I was like, I was always been Malvika Sitlani, that's just who I am. I don't identify as anything else, and it was not making sense to me. I was like, I was letting go of a lot. My whole identity has been Sitlani, and I don't know, And I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna think on it. Let me take my time, and when I feel like it's the right time, I will do it. And just like, I spoke to my girlfriends about it, and they really, really coached me through it. And they're all married, so I really wanted to know their thoughts on, what should I do? Because I always go to my girlfriends for some advice, and all of them have kept their name after marriage. So I just had this, like, this conversation with them and told them my reasonings for wanting to change my name. And they encouraged me, and they're like, it's a fresh start and I need to do it. And my mom also encouraged me, and she's like, it's totally your choice. So did my in-laws. They're like, it's your choice, but you decide when it's the right time to do it. So having that support from your in-laws, your parents, your husband, it just means a lot. You have so much freedom to do so many things you want, and you're given the choice. So, like, that is the most comforting part ever. You're not bogged down to doing anything just because you have to or whatever. So I thought about it a lot and decided that I would change my name, but I definitely wanted some part of me to stay. Some part of my life to just stay in my name. And so, cutting a long story short, I decided to take my mother's name. So I took her name. Her name is Jennifer, like all of you know, and you have to have a middle name, right? So now I am Malvika Jennifer Panjwani. Okay, and Panjwani is Akhil's family name. So yeah, I happily decided to take it, but I was so happy knowing that I'm taking along with me a part of me, and that's my mother. I feel like she reminds me of me and my roots and where I'm from, and I still had that identity. If it's not Sitlani, I still have something. And it just made me feel much more calmer. It made me feel like it's the right decision. I felt so much more positive, and I thought about it. I ruminated over it. I told my girlfriends how they felt about it, and they just saw it in my voice that I was so confident about this, and it was the right decision. On social media, I will remain Malvika Sitlani Aryan. For all of you wondering, Aryan is just Akhil's name, that he just loves the name Aryan. And there's a long story behind it, but he just keeps his name Aryan and has been known, as Aryan for a very long time. But his official family name is Panjwani. Like, oh my god. Hello. Oh, stunning girl. Stunning, stunning. How beautiful is this palette? Definitely in my top. I have to keep this. So that's that update. Now I'm just gonna curl my lashes, and I'm gonna what else I need to update you on? Okay, so one more thing. It is Akhil and my 1 year wedding anniversary. Do you guys remember, like, 17th March, the epic kiss story? 17th March 2020, I got married in court to Akhil, who's now my husband. And yeah, it's already March 17, 2021. Like, hello. That's ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, I'm celebrating with him. I don't know what date this video is going up. I think the anniversary already happened. But yeah, 1 year, you guys. Can you believe it? I've been married for 1 whole year. And it's been a bliss. I mean, we've done so much in 2020. Like, who knew lockdown would just be like this year where you do so much? Like, I moved in with his family and him for 8 months during the lockdown, and then we moved out into a new house in 2020 September, I want to say. And we started living our lives here. So it's like a lot has happened in 2020, and a lot of decision making moments in our life. And yeah, so we complete 1 year. How has 1 year of marriage been? It's been exceptional. I literally did not even feel it. I just feel like every day is so exciting. I feel like there are so many moments we are yet to, feel and go through together, like the pet moment, and buying our first house, buying our first car. Like, all of that is yet to come. So I feel like there is going to be lots of firsts with Akhil. So moving into a new house was a first for me, so that happened, and it just went like a breeze, you guys. It's been like 7 months, I want to say. And when I tell you, like, moving out has been the best decision we could have ever taken. Just generally, as a married couple, like, if you're about to get married and if you're contemplating moving out, and if you have that choice, you 100% must move out of the house. It feels so good, especially when you're newlyweds. I feel like you have so much time to figure each other out, your temperaments, your moods. Even though I've been with Akhil for over, like, I want to say 11 to 12 years dating, I feel like living together was a whole other scene, because, I mean, I've lived with him, for like a few months, but now living your life, just like sensing the moods, the temperaments, the work moment, the work environment, because we worked from home for a lot of time. Just seeing how he is in his space and vice versa, his food habits, his all of it, you get to know 100% truly, without any filters, without any disturbance. You get to see a lot of each other's habits and emotional moments and vulnerable moments when you're living together, because there's no place to hide and there's no person to cover it up or no filters around you, you know. So you can actually gauge and get to know your partner truly, truly well. So I feel like if you are newlyweds and if you have the option to move out, please move out. Don't even think twice. It's the best decision ever. And I feel like we've just gotten to know each other so much more. I feel like every time we just learn something more, and I'm like, I'm still getting to know you. That's crazy. And that has really helped our marriage, and we've been able to stay together for so long, and that is a testimony to like a healthy relationship and giving each other space. Even though we live in one house together, we have like 3 rooms. So I have this studio, our master bedroom, and he has his own studio. So we work from home and we work separately, and then we come together in the evening and then we catch up. We spend so much time together. We have dinner, we go out. There's so much we can do with a lot of freedom when you don't have to be answerable to anyone, when you don't have to come home on time because of a certain reason. There are so many things, you know, that could go down when you're living in a joint family that can be really difficult to sort of understand your partner fully, you know, without filters. So I feel like it's been a great 1 year of my marriage, and I've been so happy, and I'm guessing he's been happy. And it's amazing. I mean, it didn't feel like it. It just went like a breeze. By the time you're watching this, my anniversary is already passed. So yeah, that's really awesome. And one more update. Okay, so guys, this is the longest video ever. Oh my god, I don't care. I'm catching up with you after 2 weeks. Please sit and listen to me. So for my gift, okay, I was really considering buying a designer bag. Okay, I really wanted to own a designer bag. I've not been crazy about bags and purses, but I have a lot of them. you know, and I've never owned a designer bag. Okay, I can tell you that my mom has, but I have never personally purchased or owned a designer bag. And I'm 28 years old, and I feel like I could have afforded it like a few months ago as well, but I didn't think that was a priority. You know, there were other things that were priority, and I would spend my money there. We decided that we were going to get me a designer bag, baby. And we did. So I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna show you also. I'm gonna bring it from my room. It's been sitting just right next to my bed. So yesterday we went to the mall and we decided to get me a Gucci bag, and I was so excited. I spent like almost an hour and a half in the store, just like feeling each bag and just deciding which one I want, and I chose like a very stunning Gucci bag. Okay, wait, before that, keeping the mystery going alive, I want to use some blush on my face, but the blushes are so dark. This is the Colourpop Pressed Powder Blush in Tripping, and then we have Jet Set by Colourpop, which I think is also a very, very like deep color, but it says blush, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of this. Oh, that is beautiful. It's like a stunning burnt orange blush. Who knew? So anyway, we decided to get me like a nice, beautiful Gucci bag, and I'm so blessed that we're able to do this at this point of our lives. I feel like everything is just turning around. It's in a good way. You know, I feel blessed. I feel so happy that my family's in great health, and you know, it's just like our life is panning out really well, and I feel happy. And thank you guys that I'm able to do all of this is because of your blessings, your kind words, your encouragement daily for me to perform. And I need you guys for me to be able to perform. And I just want to thank you because you have been my biggest supporter since 5 years. And because of you, I'm able to live this life in whatever capacity. I'm able to take care of my family in whatever capacity. So I am truly blessed, and I will never take you for granted in my entire life. You are literally my everything. Like, thank you guys for just like being so loving and sticking through me, man, through all these years. No matter what, if I did 10,000 pink smoky eyes, you still stuck around and you're like, you know what, Miles, we love you anyway. So just thank you, man, for so much of support and love. And it's just been an overwhelming week with a lot of things, and there are a few more things I have to tell you about, but I feel like I want to keep that under wraps because I feel like I don't want to, just say everything, in one go. I want to wait till some things are set in stone before I can mention them to you. Okay guys, so for lipsticks, we have 3 Colourpop lippy sticks right here in 3 different colors like you can see. Okay, this one is Brat Pack, the lightest color, which I love. And then we have Oh Behave, which is this one right here. It's very like dark. And then we have Sassy, which is this one right here. So I think I'm going to be using Brat Pack. Okay, this smells like a toffee caramel sponge cake. Oh my goodness, this smells delicious. And the lipstick is so rich. It's not matte, of course. It's like the glossiest lipstick ever. So rich and creamy. Yummy. I can't do glossy lips. Okay, I'm gonna take the Nykaa highlighter in Glow Goals and I'm just gonna put that all over my face. Alright guys, so this is the final result. I so love the makeup. I think it's right up my alley. This brown tone, everything is so nice and true brown nude that I am a fan.
Oh, I forgot to show you my bag. Okay.
I want to show you my Gucci bag. Oh my god, I cannot believe I'm holding a Gucci, girl. Why Gucci? Because it's Gucci. That is the explanation for everything. Gucci is, I think, my favorite like high-end brand when it comes to everything. I just love saying Gucci. I just love saying it. And you guys, are you ready? You can already see a little bit of it, but this is it. I'm going to take it out of its clothing. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! This is my first designer bag, baby. First, but not the last. Many to come, but I picked this bag. It's a top handle and a crossbody. It's also got a sling. So I got this design. This is the classic Gucci design because I wanted to have one and my first Gucci bag to just represent the brand entirely. Like this is one of their classics, right? The Gucci print, the band here and the logo. All of it is very classic Gucci and you can't go wrong. There were multiple bags I liked, by the way. There are lots more bags that I just fell in love with, but I'm like, in good time. For my first bag, I wanted to pick up the classic, and Akhil loved this bag. Like, in fact, he showed it to me. He found it on the shelf and he's like, that's the bag, for you. I think it's the perfect size and everything, and it is. Do I look all fancy, darling? I'm wearing pajamas, don't judge.
Do I look all fancy, girl? You know what I'm saying?
Apart from all the jokes, I'm really blessed to have this bag and I'm really blessed that I was able to we were able to afford this together, and this is Akhil's gift to me on our first anniversary, and I love it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you so much and I will see you in my next video. Bye!